Welcome back to the Great Wellness Reset podcast, where we talk about simple shifts that can create powerful changes in your health and everyday life.
That's right. We're not about extreme health trends here. We're about practical resets that actually work in real life.
And today's topic is something almost every family is dealing with right now: screen time.
Yes, phones, tablets, gaming systems, streaming platforms, screens are everywhere. And while technology has brought some amazing benefits, researchers are starting to recognize that screen time itself is becoming a major health factor, especially for kids.
And that's really the key point. It's not that technology is bad. It's that when screens begin replacing sleep, physical activity, and real-world interaction, we start to see some health consequences.
Exactly. A 2023 review from the American Academy of Pediatrics found that excessive screen time is associated with decreased physical activity, poorer sleep, and even higher rates of anxiety and depression in children and teenagers.
And if we think about how daily life used to look for kids just 20 or 30 years ago, it's pretty different.
Totally different. Kids were outside more, riding bikes, playing in the neighborhood, building forts, playing pickup games. There were entire afternoons spent outside before dinner.
Now many kids go from school to homework on a laptop to gaming to watching videos to scrolling social media.
And sometimes that can add up to 6, 7, even 8 hours of screen exposure a day.
Which is why pediatric experts have started putting some guidelines in place.
Right. Generally speaking, experts recommend that kids under 5 have less than 1 hour of recreational screen time per day. And school-age children should ideally stay around 2 hours or less of recreational screen use.
And one really important nuance here: educational screen time isn't the same as passive consumption.
Exactly. Watching endless videos or scrolling social media is very different from using a computer for research, learning a skill, or creating something.
But even educational screens still need balance. Kids still need movement, sunlight, and face-to-face social experiences.
One area where screen use shows up really clearly is sleep.
Yes, screens before bedtime are a huge issue.
Devices emit blue light, which can interfere with melatonin, the hormone that tells the body it's time to sleep. So kids who use phones or tablets late into the evening often have trouble falling asleep.
And sleep affects everything: mood, learning ability, immune health, and emotional resilience.
Exactly. One of the simplest resets families can make is creating screen-free time before bed.
Even just turning devices off an hour before bedtime can make a big difference.
Another issue researchers talk about is physical activity.
Kids are built to move. Running, climbing, biking, these activities help develop muscles, coordination, and confidence.
But when screens replace those activities, children naturally become more sedentary.
And this isn't just about physical fitness. Movement actually helps regulate stress, improves mood, and supports brain development.
So encouraging kids to get outside is one of the most powerful ways to counterbalance screen time.
And the good news is, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly. Bike rides, neighborhood walks, backyard games, playing catch, exploring local parks.
Sometimes the best thing parents can do is simply make outside the more interesting option.
And this is where communities can really help.
Absolutely. Neighborhood activities can make a huge difference.
Things like community kickball games, neighborhood scavenger hunts, outdoor movie nights, bike rides, or just organizing times when kids all meet outside.
When kids see their friends outside playing, it naturally pulls them away from screens.
And it rebuilds something many neighborhoods used to have: a sense of community and shared outdoor space.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
If you're working on improving your health from the inside out, the right nutritional support can make a difference. That's why we often talk about the Wellness One product line, designed to help support everyday wellness and nutritional balance. From essential minerals like zinc to other targeted nutrients, Wellness One focuses on highly absorbable formulas your body can actually use. You can learn more at Procel.com/wellness1. Wellness One. Wellness. It's the one thing that really matters. Your family depends on it.
All right, let's get back to the conversation.
Another important piece of this conversation is mental health.
Yes, social media and digital environments can create constant stimulation and comparison.
For teenagers especially, that can sometimes lead to anxiety or pressure.
Researchers are seeing a connection between heavy screen use and higher levels of anxiety and depression symptoms among adolescents.
But again, balance matters. Technology can also help kids stay connected, learn new skills, and explore interests.
So the goal isn't to eliminate screens. The goal is intentional use.
Parents can help by setting clear boundaries, like screen-free dinners or no devices in bedrooms.
Another helpful strategy is modeling the behavior you want to see.
Kids watch what adults do. If parents are always on their phones, kids notice.
But if parents go outside, take walks, play games, or engage in hobbies, kids often follow that example.
One thing I love seeing in some neighborhoods is the return of simple outdoor traditions.
Like evening basketball games, kids riding bikes together, or families gathering in parks.
Those experiences create memories that screens simply can't replace.
And they help children build social skills, confidence, and resilience.
In the end, this conversation isn't really about technology, it's about balance.
Screens will always be part of modern life. But children thrive when their days include movement, sunlight, creativity, friendships, and rest.
Small changes can make a big difference.
Encouraging outdoor play, setting healthy digital limits, and building community activities can all help reset the balance.
And that's really what this podcast is about. Finding simple ways to reset our habits so we can live healthier lives. Today we've talked about some practical ideas families can start with right away. But if you want to take a deeper dive into the research behind screen time, the guidelines for kids, and more ideas for helping families rebalance digital habits, we've put together a full article over at greatwellnessreset.com that walks through it in much more detail.
Yes, definitely check that out. The article really expands on the science, the sleep connection, and even ideas for communities and neighborhoods that want to help kids spend more time outside and less time glued to screens. Thanks for joining us today on the Great Wellness Reset podcast.
If you found this conversation helpful, be sure to follow the podcast and share it with someone who might benefit.
And for more articles and resources on health and lifestyle resets, visit greatwellnessreset.com. Be sure to check out Wellness One brand products. Visit procel.com/wellness1.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.